time.
Yeah, but this is where.
Yeah, and we've got like folk arriving, like kids, and it's all happening. It's like energy, guys, energy. Did you ever get that when you do warm up for like a show?
Oh yeah, you've got to
energy,
get it.
guys, energy. And then you do all that thing where you have to go like that with your shoulders.
And your vocal exercises.
Every time.
Oh.
My friend Ashley, she always laughs that actors do this vocal exercise, which is me.
That's good, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Right, I better do the hello again. Right. Oh, well, hello. How are you? Welcome back to part 2. You're not here yet, okay. Don't whisper, you put me on.
Sorry.
So part 2 of me co-hosting 20 Minutes Till Pickup with Chesney Hawkes and Macca, a.k.a. Paul McKenzie. Hello. You can say hello now.
Hello.
Hello.
So we did part 1, and we were reviewing the records, and we were talking about whose favourite record was what, and your favourite record was
Sound Effects by The Jam.
The Jam. You're like The Jam, and Chesney was just about to
got
say,
cut off by the bell.
just about to say, and then it went beep beep beep. It was like literally the beep.
So we'll
then
just
you
do
go,
part 2 just for that.
Okay, yeah, okay. You know what? I didn't even put the timer on.
All right. Well, we got 20 seconds.
All right,
extra
we're
then.
started. Yeah.
My choice would probably be the White Album, Beatles.
Oh, you're a Beatles fan.
Well, we both are
Huge
Beatles
Beatles
fans.
Huge. Chesney once famously said, when we would do these road trips to his gigs, and we start talking about our favourite albums, which is why we love this kind of conversation, and talking about the Beatles, and Chesney, it's a quote I always say, Chesney said, I don't think we could be friends if you don't like the Beatles.
Yeah, I don't think I would like someone that doesn't appreciate the Beatles.
Yeah,
I don't think it's possible.
Yeah,
Well, I
to get
think
that.
You're going to tell me you don't like them.
No, you know what I think is I think that the Beatles are sort of like David Bowie in the sense that everybody's got one song that they like.
Yeah.
Even
At
if
least,
you say that you don't like them, then you
Yeah.
go, oh, but I like that one.
Yeah, sure.
And I like that one. So
But
then,
see, the Beatles music for me is not like music, it's like air. It's like it's just there. It's so much a part of our culture and so much a part of what I do. And I don't think I would be a musician if it wasn't for, Revolver or the
do you
White
have a favourite single or a favourite thing? Or
Yeah, that's a really tough one because that will change it daily.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I
How
mean,
often do you play them?
all the time. I've got them in the car. That's where they normally. And my kids love Sgt. Pepper, and their favourite is When I'm 64.
Which I feel is rapidly approaching for me. I remember that. No, I used to have that thing where I was going, God, can you imagine being 64? And now I'm like,
Well, even Paul McCartney's 71 now. He passed that 1 year ago.
Or just reading Ringo's Starr interview on the cover of Rolling Stone, and he's 74 now. Yeah.
when I was 64. Do you have a favourite Beatle?
Oh, that changes daily as well. But it's always going to be between. For me, it's John Lennon, really.
Yeah,
really.
it's John Lennon.
But then I love McCartney as well because I love his sense of melody, and it's just.
So mine is Harrison. It flips between Lennon and Harrison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think
So I
with
can't
them,
even
there's,
decide,
but by the same token, I think that like Ringo's the most snuggly.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? He's the one where you go, he's
Oh
the
no,
snuggly
we all
one.
love Ringo.
Oh,
There's no doubt. And nobody could have done what he did in the Beatles. He did this something otherworldly with the
Absolutely.
records that just no other drummer could have done. It's not even drumming sometimes. It's just like if you listen to some, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the anthology where they just bring up the drums, like the drums in the Day in the Life. If you just listen to the drums, it sounds like he's taking the piss. He's like it sounds like he's falling off of his seat sometimes, and it's just like random. There's no rhythm to it, on its own. But when you bring in everything else and all the musicality with it, it's like, it's art.
Yeah.
It's genius. Where did that come from?
Music lesson there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there you go. How do you feel about it? Because I mentioned him, David Bowie. How do you feel about him?
Oh, I love him.
See, I like him, but like you say,
Got a favourite song?
You've got to have a favourite song, which is one,
Changes.
and I'm not saying.
Oh, changes.
Yeah.
Oh, no! It's got to be Young Americans, which is one of my all-time favourite songs.
Yeah.
See, so I'm not a big Bowie fan, but Young Americans, it's on my top 20 playlist. Absolutely.
Because a Hunky Dory would have been a possible choice for that Desert Island record. Yeah, exactly.
But definitely the White Album would be in there.
Yeah, and probably Purple Rain
We
we'd
did
almost
do
get that.
Purple Rain. Yeah, we had somebody. Who was it reviewed? Purple Rain.
Oh man.
Oh, it was my friend Bethany, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Bethany.
Bethany.
What
Bethany.
reviewed?
Well, we decided
track by
whether
track.
it was going to stay or not.
Oh, that's days.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh,
days.
yeah.
Yeah, you cannot throw that away.
It's tiny.
Oh, he's wee.
Oh, yeah. But a lot of talent in that little body.
Oh, the teeny little body. Yeah.
Who knows who you
There is a thing about, and I remember talking to this music manager, and we were talking about the Spice Girls and how small they all were. And she said, the most singers are small, but you're not that small.
I don't. Well,
Well, from what I've seen.
I was going to say, have you been talking to my wife?
No, they are though. There's a lot of like.
Oh,
It's okay.
I think I'm blushing. You cannot see it, but I'm blushing inside.
Oh,
What's
jeez.
your motto again? The McKenzie
Oh,
motto?
God.
Shine.
Yeah.
Shine not burn.
I shine,
Shine,
not
not
burn.
burn.
Yeah, actually.
There you go. So, have you noticed there's a lot of small singers and that you're not small?
Yes, maybe that's you know the thing to do is to be small to be very successful and have longevity. There.
Yeah. Chesney
I
stopped
didn't
doing
know how to
that
word that.
self-depreciation thing. No, you know, but it's a strange thing when you meet people in there.
And actors too. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is small.
Oh, absolutely. It's tiny, isn't he?
Yeah.
But some of them are tall. Like Richard Gere's quite tall, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't know.
We met very recently Russell Brand, and he's very small.
Russell Brand.
Yeah.
We interviewed Russell Brand, didn't we? I liked him.
I
a lot.
loved him.
We
I
love
liked him.
Russell
Yeah, we
Brand.
love
Yeah,
Russell
I
Brand,
know that
yeah.
people
I
are
do.
mean about him, but I have
like
to
it.
say he was just charming.
Yeah.
He was a charming man.
We'd like to tell you a story now. haven't you?
All right, tell me the story.
Oh,
'Cause
very
I-
quick version. It's
No,
got
I preempted by saying that I have met Russell a couple of times. He's a West Ham fan, as am I, up the Hammers. And we used to do yoga together here in LA. That's very showbiz, isn't it? It's very LA. So I kind of
You
knew.
used to do yoga together?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
code for something else?
No. No. Although I have seen him down with dog. You carry on.
And basically, we did a party in London a couple of weeks ago, and Russell Brand was there, and he did this great thing. And they say Clinton does it. Well, Chesney introduced me to him, and he went, "Hello, Paul." He made an absolute point of mentioning my name. He said, "Hi, Paul, how are you?" And we had a little chat and all that, and then we moved on, and the party was kicking. And about 20 minutes later, we had to go, and Russell had been introduced to about 20 people, 30 people in between that space. As we're leaving, because he's been doing all this political stuff.
Yeah.
So I went up to him in my drunken way and I went, "You know, Russell, you're going to be the fact for this political stuff you're doing. I kind of dig what you're about."
Yeah.
And then he leaned forward and he touched me and went, "Thanks, Paul. Really?
Aww.
Thanks a lot. I'm trying." And it was really the way he remembered my name and the
Yeah.
eye contact.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
like, "Thanks."
But I would
was
remember your name. I think
I know.
that you know,
Oh,
you're
yeah, but
memorable.
so
But
many
you have
people.
to remember it in the context
In
of
the
the it was his massive
It was
celebrity
a massive
party. and-
celebrity hall. Everyone's
Yeah.
really drunk. And it was obviously his shtick, part of his thing. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I will make a point of remembering your
Remembering
name.
people,
And,
yeah.
and
He was lovely.
And he was lovely. He was absolutely delightful. He was a really good guy. So,
Yeah.
stop
So
hating on him,
Russell
people.
Brand fan club right here.
Yeah, no. The thing is he is just trying to do good.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
exactly, and I
Yeah, it's
believe
not
it.
like he's not famous for having done a sex tape. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
he
I'm
is
sure there's
famous
one
for
out
having
there.
done yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, no,
But let's not talk about that.
No.
Right, we have some questions.
Moving swiftly along.
All right. So we have some questions because I tweeted out like it was a kind of emergency tweet. Well, it wasn't an emergency tweet. It was like, oh my
Just
god,
like we don't have any questions.
we've got a last minute thing. So like, and I tweeted out, I'm going to interrogate them. And so we got some questions. Leslie Dunn, and her Twitter handle is Joe's Man. Is that Joe's Man or Joe's Nan? My eyes.
Joe's Nan.
Joe's Nan.
Joe's Nan. Oh, you're a grandmother. That's nice. Hiya, Leslie Dunn, and I like that you're a grandmother. I'll be one soon, probably. Well, I'm
I
not.
hope that's not happening very
No,
soon.
well, my
'cause I
eldest
know
is
you're-
12, but you know, we were talking about
I was
that
gonna
thing
say,
of
yes, you're.
when I'm 64.
Right, yeah,
I'm
of
like,
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
know, technically, I could be a grandmother, though.
Yeah.
I could have
I
been a grandmother if I hadn't spent so many years just
Having fun.
having fun in
With
the
the naked
wilderness of
cameraman.
happiness. All right, so Leslie says, would you... Actually, Leslie looks pretty young, too. So have more fun, Leslie. You could be not being a grandmother. Leslie says, would you come to the UK and do Panto this year?
Oh, yes, I would. But
No,
I don't
no,
think
you wouldn't.
He's behind you.
Well, I've done a few pantos, and Leslie's obviously been to a couple, and I do enjoy a bit of panto.
I like panto.
Yeah.
Except, you know that thing where, because you've done acting and everything, there's that thing where there's a point where you're like halfway through the run and everybody's costumes smell.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Like,
especially the
really?
dame. Don't go in the
Oh.
dame's dressing room.
I was the
That's
dame.
why they.
Were you?
How can you be the dame?
Man, Scotland.
The wrong sex.
Normally, that's your computer ringing, Mark.
Oh no. Get over there.
Get on your knees, son. On your
Watch
knees.
a naked man
On his
panic.
knees.
Watch a naked man. Right, go do it again. Let's watch. Go do it again.
I'll scuff my
Look at that.
Oh, I can't look.
That's not bad.
Hairy
My eyes
buttocks
are
and all
bleeding.
that.
Oh, I've gone blind.
Talk about panto.
Oh,
Exactly.
no,
Innuendo.
that was real panto.
In Scotland, but actually in Britain, they do like Christmas shows, and there's a lot of cross dressing, and not in a kind of. There's just men dress as women and women dress as men and all that stuff. And the dame, which is the kind of comedy lady part, is generally played by a man.
A bloke,
Yeah.
a burly bloke.
But in Scotland, I played the dame a couple of
Oh,
times.
wow.
Yeah, I did. And but my favourite panto memory was because you're doing so many shows and you get so accustomed to being dressed in a crazy way. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
afterwards, you're putting when you're putting your makeup on, you do eyebrows like that and everything.
Well, so I was always like the leading man sort of thing. So, but you do a little bit of guy liner.
Oh,
You
do
got
you?
to do it. You got to keep up with
Have you ever done that outside of panto?
I have done. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have?
Black nail polish. Slightly.
You do go for a phase with wearing black nail
I still
polish.
do it now and again.
I thought,
Yeah.
but
You should see
very
my
regularly.
my house on a Friday night.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
What's happening?
Well,
I've been to your house on a Friday night.
Yeah, but I'm
You
talking about
make great
after you-
sausages.
Oh,
Can I
thank
say
you.
that? I
Thank you. You
your
like my
sausage-
sausages?
I like your sausages. I went to their house for
So
a
panto,
barbecue.
I
It was very good.
Yes.
No,
That's
one
it.
morning I was doing panto and I was playing the witch on this occasion, and it was like everybody's really tired. We're like done with it and all smelly and everything, and I walked back to the dressing room after the first I'm the scary witch thing.
Yeah.
And as I walked back to the dressing room, on the way to the stage was my friend Sean, who was playing a wolf. And he just had his mask on and everything. He was so tired. He was just like this wolf like that. And I went, morning. And he went, morning. It was just like that thing where like panto, it's
Fantastic.
only everybody's like, oh,
I
yeah.
have so many panto stories. Like it's just fun.
Oh,
you,
yes.
you know, it's because I've done a little bit of musical theatre and stage stuff where you have to stick to your script. But with panto you can go off script,
Yeah.
and in fact it makes the show better.
Better,
'cause
yeah,
you can
yeah.
really play with it.
And also the last night, well, it's traditional in theatre that like the last day of a show, you sort of ham it up a bit. In panto, it's anarchy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because everyone
totally.
just goes total mad and
Yeah.
deliberately missing their marks, deliberately saying the wrong
Although
lines.
the directors never like that. They
No.
always do that. You always get that speech before the last
I know
show.
it's the last
And
show.
they'll be like, no, it's the last show, exactly. But,
There's
people out there who've paid money to come and see you.
Yes, and they
Darling.
don't know they want the
Yeah,
same
exactly,
show.
experience,
Never
absolutely.
works. If you're a
Yeah.
director, don't bother
Don't
with
bother
that
with that.
speech.
Just-
Nobody's listening. We don't care. It's the last show. My favourite ever was there was an actress, a Scottish actress, who sadly died last year, and
bless.
she was brilliant actress.
Just
The Bee, yeah. And at the beginning of this panto that we were doing at the Tron Theatre in Glasgow, we all had to appear as woodland creatures and dance. And she was very smart, this kid, but she was young, like small. And I was playing a mouse. I was a mouse. And another guy was a bear, and he was like only an inch taller than me. And she was like 5'1", I guess, and she was a bee, and she was like saying to the director beforehand, the perspective is all wrong. It's not going to happen. It's wrong. Now look, this isn't working. Like with a mouse and a bear and a bee. Anyway, she was so mad about it that in the woodland creatures, when it was all happening, the music was playing, and it was all oh. She'd wandered about, and you could hear her under her costume going, buzz, fucking buzz. Buzz.
Bah humbug, buzz fucking buzz.
Yeah. It was one of those,
Brilliant.
that thing when the show has
Yeah.
started, when you see a wee person in a stripy suit running by, you're going, buzz, fucking buzz.
It
And sometimes you put her head on backwards just to be enough.
fantastic.
sounds like a Ricky Gervais sketch.
Yeah, it was a brilliant thing. Right, so
Yeah. Yeah.
So you would like to go and do Panto? We would,
Yeah.
Wait, we could do a Panto together.
We should do, I'd love to do one here.
Yeah,
I went to see Panto here.
Would Americans get panto?
Yeah, they do. You have to
know.
educate them a little bit. I went to see one in Pasadena.
Was it good?
This one.
Oh, no,
it was
you
good.
didn't.
Oh, yeah, I did. It actually was like a traditional English panto. It really was. British panto. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
Oh.
But the difference was in the book. It says that these are the rules. You're allowed to join in. You're allowed to, in fact, do boo when baddie comes out, and you had to actually explain it, in the program.
So the audience got handwritten notes, did they?
Well, it was in the
How to
program.
join
It was
a panto.
in the program. But then because my kids were there, they know pantos, and the baddie comes out, they're like boo, and there's people behind us going, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Control your children. Not in an English accent. But
I do think Americans would like it though once they got the idea.
they
of
did.
what
They
was
really
going on.
enjoyed it once
Because
they got in the
Americans
swing of
do
it.
like joining in.
They do. Yeah.
And that whole Jerry Springer thing was kind
Yes,
of
absolutely.
Very
That was panto. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We'll do a Panto here, right?
Next.
Next question. Wait a minute. There's a lot of people. Oh, they love Ross Owen, and I like your Twitter handle, Ross Owen. Do you know what his Twitter handle is?
I have no idea.
Ross_Owen.
Oh, it's kind of says what it's about. That's what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He has
Literal
said
name.
he loves that we've mentioned Airdrie. Did we mention Airdrie?
Did we know?
Well, how would he even know? How would he know? This is
The
not.
last one, so that would be Ross Gage.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because you said that Hollywood in the Rain looked as ugly as Airdrie, I think.
No, I said it looked just like Airdrie. I never said it was ugly.
Did you not?
No, I don't want any
And then
Airdrie
Ca-
Dorians.
Then you also said that Coke
Hey,
Red was really ugly
Chesney,
as well,
do you have any questions that you were? Was anybody asking you a question?
Yeah, we got one here from Damien Clegg. D Clegg 1.
Oh,
Hello, Damien
because
Clegg.
there only is one D Clegg.
It says, what's the favourite city in the world that you have visited thus far?
Oh,
I think Paul should answer that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've well travelled, man.
Los Angeles.
LA's way up there. I will say that. Yeah, no, LA is well up there. But I'd tell you where, just a personal journey, we had a fantastic time. New Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, I have a couple of other friends who've said that New Orleans is really the place.
Yeah, I just had a great time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been
fantastic
talking
days.
about that for years.
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah,
And that was like 5 years ago, and I'm still talking about it as if it happened last week. Just an amazing experience. It's a very unique city. I can imagine some people absolutely hating it, but it's a very musical city. It's a very cultural
life,
city.
yeah.
There's a lot of life. It's about living. It really is about, and it's a blue collar town. And I'm a blue collar guy,
Yeah.
and so New Orleans was definitely my favourite place I've been to.
What about you, Ches?
I would say a toss up between New York or Barcelona.
Oh, Barcelona's beautiful.
Barcelona. We actually went on a little kind of a weekend boys' holiday. Didn't we,
One
to
of our very
Barcelona?
first trips, yeah, about 18, 19 years ago. We had a
It
ball.
was amazing.
You know, when you were young and you got money and you could do things like go out away for a weekend
Me
on a
before
week.
kids.
Yeah, before kids.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
It was absolutely one of those before kids moments. Let's go to Barcelona. Let's get drunk. I've got a friend out there. He was literally had a friend out there who was having a party, and we went to Barcelona for a party.
Yeah, but it's just beautiful, isn't it? Cultured town, like all the Gaudi stuff. Oh, amazing.
Did you climb to the top of the Sagrada Familia?
I have done that. Yeah. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. In fact, we're going on holiday this year with my family just outside Barcelona. Citrus, do you know it? Yeah, just north of Barcelona.
I've never been to
You know-
Barcelona.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You've never been to
Wow.
Barcelona?
Did you see the horror, the shock, the horror on his face? He almost walked out. He's out turning tables now.
It's Europe's finest city.
Well, I have to say, I think Glasgow and Edinburgh are fine
Mm.
European cities.
I agree.
Airdrie's a nice.
Airdrie's
Would that
not
be
a
your
city.
choice, Lynn?
I think the most extraordinary city I've been to is Hong Kong, which is a country.
Yeah.
It
Wow,
was
yeah.
a country, but when it was Hong Kong, just the Hong Kong islandy thing, that was pretty amazing.
Have you been to Berlin? I've heard Berlin is meant to be the nuts.
Is that your computer
No,
again?
it was
Chess,
got to be another
another
tweet or
question.
something.
But I've heard Berlin is meant
Yeah.
to be fantastic. I've never done Berlin. Have you done Berlin?
Yeah, of
It's
course.
meant to
Yeah.
be brilliant.
I met
I
someone-
actually got myself in trouble in Berlin once because I went there before the wall came down, and I was doing a TV show, and we're coming through Checkpoint Charlie, and there's a picture of me going like this, but I was just like waving at someone at the camera, like. But of course, the picture came out like this, and it was
no.
it actually made the papers and everything. Yeah,
And
like,
I quickly got willed out, and it was like, no,
And
no,
it's
I've got
so
black best
accidental.
friend.
Yeah, exactly. No, my best was black. I'm not racist.
But also, it's so totally not you. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, you're right.
Completely innocent, obviously.
Oh
you know.
my god.
That's what he says.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
so it'll come out now. Yeah. Oh, I see.
I do believe that everybody.
That's such a British thing to do, isn't it?
Turn on your mate.
Yeah. My best friend.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah.
I do believe that
Nice while it
everybody
lasted. 25 years just wiped out
in one afternoon,
Yeah.
in 20
in
minutes.
minutes, exactly.
I believe that everybody should go to Millport. Have you ever been to Millport?
No.
See, you might have been to
yeah.
Barcelona, but you've never been to Millport. You haven't lived.
Where is Millport?
Millport is a town on a tiny island called the Isle of Cumbria, which is off the west coast of Scotland. And it's beautiful, and it's got rocks painted like crocodiles and
You're
stuff like
kidding.
that. No, it's got a rock painted like a crocodile.
Wow.
I think we need
Is
to
that near
make-
the Balamory house? Or is that somewhere completely different?
Somewhere
Oh.
That's like me saying, oh, Barcelona, is that in Australia?
Yeah.
It's like that, right? It's like totally not.
Stand corrected.
No, it's
we
totally.
were all friends before this
Exactly.
20
You
minutes
go back
started.
to your 25 years of
Yeah.
friends.
Back with Chesney then.
Oh, you're so swingy. Right. So, one more question. Make it fast.
Oh gosh.
Make it super fast. We've only got 16 seconds.
I've got someone here, Lorna Cayley Liddle.
Yeah.
At Lorna Cayley Liddle, funny enough. She said, my question is, what will it take for you to follow her? Oh.
What will it take for you to follow her? What does she mean? Like a
Hashtag
stalking?
she will do anything. Hashtag almost anything.
Well, you can answer
I've
that.
got 16 seconds.
He'd love to answer that now, but
But it's
unfortunately...
we're Saved by the Bell. Sorry.
We will never know.
Oh, man. You know what?
Yeah, that's better.
It's really sad. We've come to the end of
That
our
was the
second part.
definition
Both of those went.
I know,
having
right?
fun and time flying and all those cliches. It was brilliant. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you.
My
To
new best
shine,
friend.
not burn. To shine,
It's to shine, not burn.
Shine, not burn.
Absolutely.
Ah, love it. You
Love
do make
you.
the best sausages.
Oh,
Right,
well,
so
thank
say
you.
bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
See you.
Thanks for watching.
That was brilliant.
That was so fun.
I was like that.
Oh, so if you want to ask a question, I can't guarantee we'll answer it, but I'll try. You could tweet me a question at Lynn Ferguson, or you can make a comment if you're watching this on the video. And you know what would be awesome? Can you share this? Thanks. All right. See you later.